Another point that you've had that we pulled in from a recent interview is that you described large models as embodiments of Carl Jung's collective consciousness, where we give the models permission to be as imaginative as possible. There's no notion of right or wrong. But at the same time, you acknowledge that it's all bits and bytes and prediction. So, do we need to teach young creators to recognize when they're conversing with this Carl Jung, this Jungian collective mind versus sampling from it? Yeah, maybe that's. I can leave the question right there.
So many interesting things wrapped up into one question. I love it. The biggest issue that we have today is that we imagine the AI to be an all-knowing oracle. It's not uncommon to hear the word God compared to LLMs today. It's crazy, right? And it all comes from science fiction. This AI that's so much smarter than us. And so young people and not so young people will go to something like ChatGPT and trust it implicitly. And that point, that sense of trust, is precisely the problem. We don't have to denigrate the AI, but that doesn't mean that we should be worshiping it. If we have a healthy sense of distrust, some level of doubt about what it gives us, that's enough to undo a lot of misinformation damage. That's enough to sort of curtail a lot of the risks. If the AI is not necessarily right, then when you share it with it, your personal problems, you're not going to blindly take its advice, right? No human is perfect. Even the smartest people on our planet are not infallible. This expectation that AI is supposed to be infallible is completely absurd. And so it's very, very important that we start moving away from that.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, to think about how LLMs are trained on some corpus of data, they're fine-tuned in some way, and that whatever the training data are, you can never be guaranteed that it represents truth. And
Well,
actually, oh yeah, go ahead.
I feel like, sorry if you don't mind, it's not that there is something flawed in the way it's designed, right? It's that fundamentally this idea of an all-knowing oracle is ridiculous. So it's not that being based on prediction is somehow a weakness. It's not that being tied to data is. It's very much how we learn. We learn from sensory input. We predict things constantly. We're constantly predicting. But regardless of the process, again, we need to separate process from results. Regardless of how it works, it's not ever going to be perfect.